Welcome to the Emily the Mystic Show. You're about to walk through a portal that leads to all things mystical, magical, spiritual, and supernatural. I'm your host, Emily. I'm a spiritual mentor, an Akashic Records practitioner and teacher, an intuition development coach, and a galactic channeler. If you're an old soul on a self-discovery and healing journey, you are in the right place. We'll be diving in deep to some of my favorite mystical topics, including manifestation, past lives, the spirit world, energy, and so much more. Get ready to embrace your inner mystic and live your most authentic life possible. The portal is now open.
Hey friend, welcome to your May energy forecast with me, your host, Emily the Mystic. What a joy that I get to sit with you right now, perhaps have a cup of tea with you, perhaps be on your walk with you or in your car with you as you start this new month ahead. I feel so grateful that I get to be your guide and that you've decided to tune in with me today to get to know the energy of the month ahead. Woof! It's going to be a good one. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for us. For those of us here in the Northern Hemisphere, summer is almost here. Summer, my friend. We are almost there. We're almost there. We're going to make it. We're going to make it through. I love the month of May. I love the summer season. I'm just so here for it. I feel like it really helps us connect with our divine feminine essence and energy and just be more in that like receptive sort of open to possibility, open to spontaneous experiences and adventure sort of vibe. And I am all here for that this month. So I can't wait to get into it with you today and share what you need to know for this month ahead, because again, it's going to be a good one. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. And I set the intention ahead of this podcast episode to be a divine channel for the clearest, highest expression of divine truth possible for you today. So you're going to get exactly what you need from this episode. And again, I'm so grateful that you're here. So I want to preface this by saying that I've been doing a lot of reflection of my own channel, of my own work over the last couple of months, and have just realized I'm moving into the space of who I really want to be, my identity as a divine spiritual leader, who I want to be in this space, how I want to express myself, express my energy. And one thing that I've been realizing over the last couple of months is that when it comes to energy forecasts, when it comes to astrology, and when it comes to kind of taking a look at the collective energy and where we're going, where humanity's going and where you, my listener, are going, I'm just noticing that a lot of the resources and so forth that I used to use and tune into for myself, for astrology or for, the energy, the collective energy and so on and so forth, I just feel like there are a lot of people, a lot of voices out there being fully transparent with you that are a little bit stuck in the fourth dimensional frequency. And here's what I mean by that. So if you're not familiar with sort of the energetic kind of matrix and the different dimensional frequencies, the third dimension is here we are on Earth. And most people are born into the third dimensional expression. So when we're in the third dimension, we are kind of asleep to what's going on out there in the world. You get it. If you're listening to this, you're not in third dimensional frequency anymore. Then we pass into the fourth dimensional frequency, which is where we are questioning everything. We become aware of our patterns. We start to see the higher perspective of things. We start to become more open to divine connection. This is where you typically start breaking into that like deep spiritual awakening journey that we've all been through. If you're listening to this episode, you've been through it, you get it. And then when we shift through that and move through that, then we come into the fifth dimensional energy. And this is when we are so connected to the divine. This is when our hearts are so open and receptive. We are open to divine love, and we are embodying that unconditional divine conscious love and that expression this is when we sort of not elevate ourselves out of, but we just no longer resonate with, we're no longer in the vibration of the patterns, the old paradigms, the systems of control, the systems of oppression, the systems, the matrices that we have here on this planet. And we're just in such a different energy that we just don't vibe with it anymore. We just don't see it. We just don't participate in it. So we're not people who wake up first thing in the morning and take a look at the news, and then that sets us off for the day in the state of fear, right? We're not in that anymore. And so I'm finding that there are a lot of spiritual resources out there, energy forecasts out there that are kind of stuck in this fourth dimensional paradigm, this like, I'm going to use astrology and I'm going to use energy forecasting as a way to predict perhaps the events of what's going to happen on this planet, or the way that our government's going to respond, or what's going to happen out there in the world. And I think that there's a lot of good in that. I think that that's a helpful way to take a look at things. But I'm realizing for myself that that's just not the spiritual leader that I want to be for you and for me. And I was asking myself the question a couple months ago. I was like, I just wish that there was someone out there who's branding themselves as like a high consciousness, fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional, and beyond expert in astrology, so that I could have someone to look to for guidance around how I can see the collective energy for, the timelines ahead from this, higher dimensional space. And I realized that I have to be that person. Like, I can't look to anyone else to do that for me, because I have to embody that within. I have to be that person from within. I have to be the one that's going to share the highest expression of truth, the most honest, most direct thing that I'm seeing, but also from a place of like embodied momentum and embodied spiritual wisdom. Because you, my listener, are not someone who is going to let what's going on in the world impact you. You are someone who is going to move beyond that, elevate out of that. And you're going to witness and see that, yes, there's stuff happening in the world. Yes, there's hardship. Yes, there are crazy things happening in the world. And also, you are so dedicated and on purpose with your path, with who you are meant to be, what you are meant to create in this lifetime, that you're not letting yourself get oppressed and stuck and held back by the fear and by the paranoia and all these sneaky old energies that we can get pulled into. And in the spiritual community, I call it the spiritual paranoia matrix. This is when someone is so caught up in this paranoia of like the dark energy impacting them, attacking them, and so paranoid about, the future ascension of this planet. And it's like, that's not the point. That's not the point. We have to take our power back. And so this episode for me, this is my dedicated episode for you to know that I am claiming to be someone who can be that fifth dimensional leader for you and beyond. And my energy forecasts are going to do a better job of reflecting that higher paradigm, that more elevated, highest expression of truth for you, so that you do not feel yourself getting pulled back and stuck in this old energy. Because here's the thing, like, I don't want you to sit and listen to this and think, oh my God, I'm stuck, I'm trapped, because you are not. You are not. And this episode is going to be an activation for you to liberate you from whatever in your life is feeling uncomfortable. Because here's the thing, the uncomfortable moments when we are out of the comfort zone, when things in our life are unfolding in ways that perhaps we could have never imagined before, guess what? We get to move through a phase of alchemy. That is a transmutation process of the highest order that we get to move through. And guess what? We get to do it. We are not victims of this lifetime. We are not victims of this lifetime. We are here to be new paradigm leaders. We are here to break through it, to liberate ourselves. So this energy forecast for you is a liberation technology because it is going to help you fully free yourself and see this month ahead as an opportunity for deeper embodiment and deeper wisdom and awakening within you that mover, that shaker, that divine feminine, divine masculine, that divine leader that you are within yourself. So welcome, leader. Hello. Hello and welcome to this May energy forecast. Hello, my sister. Hello, my brother. Hello, my fellow spiritual soul. This is that if you are someone listening to this who wants to stay in a pattern of chaos where you are constantly manifesting stressful situations in your life and darkness in your life, this episode is not for you. This podcast is not for you. Because guess what? You can change your mind about your circumstances. You can change your mind and you can decide for yourself today that you get to live your life differently. Because guess what? Healing doesn't have to be so hard. We have made it hard. We have made it difficult. And I will take full accountability and responsibility of any time in the past where I have allowed myself to be in a victim energy or have allowed myself to take a backseat and let life happen to me, because that's not the point. The point is that we are in the driver's seat and we are in co-creation. We are in co-creation. So if you haven't listened to it yet, I highly recommend that you do. But I recorded an episode with a longtime client of mine and a dear friend. Her name is Heather Fox. It's the episode number 66, the Divinity Tablets episode. Please go listen to that episode. It's amazing. There's so much in there. There's so much wisdom in there for you. And as I was speaking with Heather, this concept really started to become very clear to me in my mind's eye. This awareness of the spiritual journey and sort of the phases and levels at which we move through during the spiritual journey. When we are at the beginning stage of the spiritual journey, we find ourselves in this sort of phase 1, level 1 phase. This is when we are liberating ourselves from hardship, from lack, from those chaotic situations, from the darkness, from the things in our life that have kept us trapped, because we become aware of our power. We become aware of our sovereignty. It is that awareness stage. It is that healing stage. Once we have given ourselves permission to move through this, we get to shift into phase 2, level 2 of the spiritual journey, which is the creation phase. This is when we get to create. This is when we get to manifest. This is when we get to see reality as a place, as our life is a place to bring joy, to bring joyful creation into the world, and to be an energetic channel for something that wants to be birthed through you, whether that is a book or a business or an aligned career path or your family or your house or whatever it is, you are creating something. And then finally, the third sort of phase of the spiritual journey, the third level, is the co-creation phase. This is when we start to become aware that we are co-creating with the divine all of the time. We are not alone in this journey, and we are fully surrendering and being in the expression of divine trust. And this is a spiral. These 3 phases or levels are a spiral. So we spiral through them at different times, at different moments, at different places in our spiritual journey. And so as we progress through this different spiral, we may pass through phases and levels 1, 2, and 3 and back again. And the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I share this is because I want to speak to you if you are someone who is ready to declare for yourself that you are ready to take full responsibility and accountability for your divine co-creation, your divine expression, and to be in the driver's seat of your life while also letting God, divine source, be the vehicle for your embodiment. letting yourself be the vessel for divine truth. Because when you are in that energy, you do not need rescuing. You do not need someone to like come free you from whatever pattern, that you're stuck in. You become aware of it, you see it, and you release yourself from it. And I'm here to be that guide for you on that journey and to let yourself be in this excitement and this joy for life. So anyway, what I want to say on that note is that I want this to be a space for you where you can start to realize that life gets to be your playground. Life gets to be a place where you can have it all. You can enjoy all of it. You get to live in abundance, and not only that, you get to live in overflow. You get to have it all because you can, because you came here to do that. You came here to be that. You came here to co-create that. And during the month of May, we really have the opportunity to let the good times roll this month, to let ourselves be free, to be liberated, to like decide for yourself right here, right now, today, that I am not going to let anyone else or my circumstances or anything else have power over me. I'm not going to let this fear that I have power over me. I'm not going to let my anxiety have power over me. Because trust me, I've been there. I've been in those moments. And I'm deciding that I don't have to live my life there. I can elevate. I can liberate. I can see things differently. And with that being said, we can decide that things can happen quickly and we can collapse time and space to manifest anything that we want. So we get to collapse time in this episode by anchoring in for you a new identity, a new way of being that is in so full alignment with who you really are. Because you came here with a mission. And that mission is already active within you. I don't need to tell you your purpose. I don't need to be the one to help you figure out your purpose because you're already doing it. You're already doing the thing. And guess what? I can help you shift into the next and the next phase and the next phase and the next phase and have so much more fun while doing it. So that's what we have in store for us this month. We get to realize that we are always free. We are never trapped. We are never trapped. I want you to listen to this right now, okay? Because this is a huge breakthrough that I had this month. As you're listening to this, you may think in your life that there are certain things going on that are keeping you trapped. Whether it's the job or the friendship or the pattern, or maybe it's a cycle with your health, your healing, your physical body. You may feel trapped in that circumstance. And guess what? You're not. Guess what? You're a mover. You're a shaker. You're a liberator. You already have freedom. You just have to see it. You have to decide. You have to declare for yourself right now that you get to be free, because you get to be free. And guess what? I'm making the decision right now, right here today, that life also gets to be fun. Life gets to be fun. Life gets to be a playground. I personally have been in a space of like, and my default setting, my pattern is I'm a little bit of a workaholic. I'm choosing to separate myself from that identity and let that identity go, because it does not need to be me. It does not need to be the version of me that I get to carry forward. And so I get to allow myself to live a life that's so much more fun and so much more playful and so much more joyful. It doesn't have to be so serious. It really doesn't have to be so serious. And so I want to encourage you that whoever you're listening to, or whatever YouTube videos you're watching, or whatever you're tuned into and giving your attention to, does that person embody freedom and fun and joy? Or are they keeping you in this like serious, like heavy, spiritual, like deep healing matrix? Or can we like pull ourselves out of that and let loose a little bit and like have a freaking good time and let the good times roll and like have a delicious beverage and a delicious meal and explore and have ourselves an adventure and travel and play, because that's my plan this month. That's my plan this month. I am deciding to be in the frequency of play this month. I am deciding to be in the frequency of like full joy this month. As I was connecting with my guides and asking to be attuned to the highest vibrational essence for this episode, I was asking them, what do they need to know this month? And they were showing me the Sun Tarot card and they were showing me the Ace of Cups Tarot card. These cards that really embody playfulness and a high-spirited energy and having the sun on your skin and just being in full receiving. That's what I want for you this month. I want you to be in full receiving. But it's hard to be in full receiving if you are keeping yourself in this, you're keeping yourself and your heart closed off to life. No more of that. We're done with that. It's time for play. It's time for freedom. It's time for expansion. Like, you get to move. You get to play. You get to move. We get to be an overflow. We get to be an overflow. But it's a decision that you have to make, because you have to decide that you're ready to free yourself from all of the things that are not for you, because they're not for you. And that's one of the things that I really want you to keep in mind, is that if there's anything that comes up in your life this month, whether it be a conversation or a DM that you get, or person that drops by your house, I don't know, or so an invitation that you get to decide whether if it's for you or not. But you don't have to make it mean something about you and your enoughness. You don't have to overthink it or like really get into this sort of like overthinking, diagnosing pattern. What if it just wasn't for you? And what if you could say yes to the things that are for you? And when you free yourself from the things that are not meant for you, you create space for the things that are. You create space for the things that are meant for you. And how fun does that feel? What if every single day you get to wake up, and that the moment you get out of bed, you're like, I get to do this. I am so lucky. I am so grateful that I get to do what I get to do today. I get to be me. I get to be me. And what a joy. And I'm a gift. I'm a gift to this planet. I'm a gift to this present moment. My essence, my energy, my frequency is fucking amazing. And it's a gift to everyone. And I get to be that gift. And I get to give myself the gift of me. I get to give myself the gift of me. And if people are going to take advantage of my time, my kindness, they are going to overstep boundaries, or they're going to bring their chaoticness to my doorstep, like, I don't have to be available for it anymore. Guess what? I don't have to be available. I get to be me. I get to be me, and I get to be free. Oh, that is your frequency this month. I get to be me. I get to be free. Oh, wow. I just want you to sit with that, because there's an energy frequency that's coming in for you right now that's liberating your essence and helping you become more of yourself. Ooh, and doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel refreshing? And then I know immediately the panic mind, the overthinking mind is going to step in and is going to say, well, what about this? What about this? And like, what am I going to do about this? And guess what? What if you get to just start living as you right now? Who cares what that other person thinks? Who cares what they have to say about it? Who cares about what that random person on the internet thinks about you in your life? Like, what the fuck? Why are you letting it bother you? Right? Why are you letting it bother you? So you get to be you and you get to be free this month. And you get to fill up your cup this month. So that overflow energy starts with you and filling up your own cup this month. What does that look like for you? What would it look like to live a life this month where you have your cup overfloweth? Where you are deciding a schedule for yourself, or you are deciding a daily routine, or you are making small shifts in your life that fill up your cup this month. And they're showing me now the Three of Cups energy. To have, for those of you not familiar with tarot, the Three of Cups is all about celebration and collaboration and being in connection with people that bring you joy. So what if those little micro decisions where you're like, I can't, I don't have time, I can't do this, like I have to like answer the phone, or I have to check my text to see if this person needs me, or I have to like respond to the work emails immediately. What if you take your power back and instead of responding, you take a breath? What if that breath is a liberation tool? What if your breath gives you space to respond? And by doing so, you slow down a little bit and you allow yourself to have a little bit more freedom. And, I don't check the phone right away. I don't check my email right away. I get to go out for a walk right now. I'm going to take 10 minutes for a walk. And if my boss is looking for me, they're looking for me and they'll get me. They'll get back. I'll get back to them. But I need to take a breath. I need a moment. I need space. When you are in that frequency, when you are in your full fifth dimensional embodiment and beyond, you're not going to let these things bother you anymore. You're going to see them. You're going to have so much grace and compassion and love for that person. And you're going to realize that you do not have to hold space for their feelings, because they're going to feel what they're going to feel. And you don't have to take that on or feel that for them or rescue them from it. You can be the sounding board. You can be the listening ear, but you don't have to fix it. You don't have to solve it. You get to be you. I get to be me, and I get to be free. So life can be abundant this month for you if you decide for it to be. Because again, it's up to you. And I don't want you to overthink this as this is like something I have to like figure out, because it's in the little moments. It's in the moments where you make different decisions and choices, in the moment when you respond differently. When you take a breath, you free yourself. When you take a breath to respond before you answer the text, or you pick up the phone, or you run over to your friend's house, you take a breath and you give yourself a moment of peace. And you can liberate yourself as fast as you want to by doing this. So in terms of the astrology this month, I'm really excited. Because here's the thing. At the very, very, very crisp, brand new beginning of May, we start the season off in Taurus season. So for me, this feels liberating and exciting and expansive because I'm a Taurus rising. So for me, this is the start of my new year, my energetic new year. So I'm coming out of the cave. I am freeing myself. I am liberating myself. I am letting myself be seen. I am becoming more visible. I am here. I am present. And I love Taurus season because it's all about luxury and embodiment and pleasure and like being in the present moment and enjoying yourself and again, luxuriating. And let this month feel like the frequency of smooth honey. Well, I guess honey's kind of sticky, but the smoothest lotion that you've ever felt on your skin. Let this feel like the kiss of the sun on your face. Let this feel like a cold drink on a hot summer day. Let this month feel like the most pleasurable thing you've ever received. Let this month feel fresh and new and abundant this month, because Taurus season is going to provide that for us in spades. And as I tell you about the next planetary transit, this was such a powerful moment of reflection for me because it explains this whole thing that I'm talking about. So we start this month off with the planet of Pluto moving into retrograde. And here's the thing, retrogrades, right? We think of them in the spiritual space as, this holding pattern, this pause, this, sometimes people talk about them as being like an opportunity to be in, not be in fear, but like, oh my God, all these things are going to happen. Like, expect the chaos, and trust me, like, I take accountability for where I've used that languaging in the past, and I'm going to do a better job of shifting myself out of that. Because when I decide that these planetary shifts are going to impact me differently, then they do. And I can look back, because here's the thing, Pluto moves into retrograde. Now, here's the thing, Pluto is a collective planet. It is an outer planet, is a planet that makes massive generational change. So Pluto moving into retrograde, it's probably not going to affect you too much. You're probably not going to like feel it personally in your own life too much. And when I looked at this retrograde, I was like, oh, I really don't even have to worry about it. And then I looked at my birth chart and I saw for me that Pluto has been in a perfect square of my Taurus rising ascendant to the degree for the last year. And with it moving, and I finally moved through it. And now with it moving back into retrograde, it means that I am back in a perfect square. And if you know astrology rhetoric, you will know that squares mean tight tension, moments of healing, moments of discomfort. And so for me, this Pluto transit, I was immediately, my mind was like, oh, damn, if Pluto is moving in retrograde, that means I'm going to be back in this Pluto square pattern, this Pluto square transit again. I'm going to have to go through it again. And I will just say, just very briefly here, I have this astrology app that I've been a big fan of for a long time now. I'm not going to mention which one, but this app, the way that it poses this Pluto square, my ascendant transit, it says that it's going to be this climactic, intense, dark healing of the deepest nature. At least that's the way that I read it to be. And when I look back at how that transit has been for me, it has been anything but that. It has been freaking liberating. I am becoming more of my true self. I feel better and better every day. I feel excited to be alive. I feel so grateful for the opportunity to be the spiritual business owner. And I feel so grateful for so many things in my life. And I realize that this Pluto transit has been incredible for me. And if I get to go through it again, I get to go through it again because I am going to be that phoenix being reborn again and again and again. And I cannot freaking wait to see who I am on the other side of this transit. And that is how I want you to start seeing astrological transits. I want you to start seeing them as an alchemical transmutation process of the highest order that is so divinely orchestrated just for you that you're going to become this freaking amazing, cool, fantastic, I can't even think of the words to use, but you are going to become this version of yourself that is so freaking amazing that you don't even know. You don't even know who you're going to be looking at in the mirror on the other side of it. And what if that got to be your reality? What if we didn't have to let astrology hold us in this, like, oh my God, like the eclipses, like this, Mercury retrograde is just going to like run over me 10 times and it's going to be hard. What if we don't have to live our life that way? I'm deciding not to. I'm done. I'm done with that. So I am ready. I am ready for freedom. And I'm excited for this Pluto transit because I have no idea what's going to be unearthed from it for me, but it is going to be so freaking cool to see. And it is going to let me show up in an even more powerful way for you. And what a joy that I get to impact you in that way. So this Pluto retrograde, like it's going to carve out a deeper level of depth within you that is going to allow yourself to be freed of the surface level bullshit that has kept you hidden, that has kept you in an old paradigm. You are going to get to be unearthed as this new version of yourself, this new version of yourself, like the phoenix rising, not even out of the ashes, because that means that we've been in this like dark hole, and we don't have to be in the dark hole anymore. We can be in the beauty, we can be in the joy. And this doesn't mean that we're bypassing our feelings, because we're still feeling our feelings, but it also means that we don't have to stay stuck there forever. We don't have to stay stuck there forever. We can witness it, we can see it, and we can choose to let it go and move forward. And our nervous system gets to recalibrate to that new state of being, where we are in freedom. When the mind decides that it wants freedom, and when you speak it into existence, you declare to the universe, I am liberated, I am free, I get to be me. By the way, let's pause. Let's do this together as a ritual. I want you to put your hand over your heart. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. I want you to exhale, to release, to let it go. And I want you to say the words out loud after me. I declare, universe, God source, my creator, that I am me, and I get to be free. I am me, and I get to be free. I am me, and I get to be free. Take a nice deep breath in. Let the rest go. Good. You've already declared a new timeline for yourself. Welcome. Hello. Your timeline has just shifted. Whoa, damn. It can happen that fast. It can happen that fast. Because now the universe, God source, our creator, knows that you have declared your freedom, your sovereignty. And guess what? We get to liberate you. And guess what? Things can shift. Things can shift for you now. And they can happen so freaking fast. All right? They're going to happen fast. If you're in doubt, if you're in disbelief, old program, let that go. Oh, how good does that feel? I'm just relishing in this energy right now. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And so back to what I was saying about the planetary alignments this month. So with Pluto being in retrograde, we get to see these alchemical shifts happen to us in real time. And what I am really excited about, my friend, is that at the end of this month, at the end of May 24th to be exact, Saturn, Daddy Saturn, the disciplinarian Saturn is finally changing signs. It is finally moving out of Pisces and into Aries, which is exciting because for my friends who are in their early 30s, late 20s, early 30s, you have just successfully completed your Saturn return. Congratulations. You did it. We did it. And I'm so happy and excited because Saturn has taught me so much over the last, how many years has it been? 2 years? It feels like it's been a lifetime, but in the best way, because it's helped me see so many things with such sharp clarity. Saturn being this, again, the disciplinarian, but the one that provides structure, and the one that, because structure also brings relief. Discipline brings relief. Discipline brings freedom. Saturn has allowed us to see things in our life that are no longer what is for us, and is helping us see who and what is divinely here to support us, here for us. And I didn't even realize this, but if you've listened to my April energy forecast, I mentioned that I went through a loss this spring, which was challenging, but also liberating at the same time, in just the way that I've begun to see the world and the way that I've begun to live my truth more authentically. I went and booked a trip for myself to visit a friend, and that there's going to be some solo travel that follows that I'm really excited about. And I had no idea, but I booked this trip exactly almost to the day of the weekend that Saturn moves into Aries and my Saturn return is completed. So my trip is just going to be a party. I am going to be celebrating. I'm going to be in joy. I'm going to be so excited. And if you are entering into your Saturn return, so if you are in your late 20s, you're about to enter it, it's exciting because it means that it's sort of this like coming into your own, coming of age, maturing, realizing who you are phase. And it feels really good to be in that because you don't feel so oppressed by things outside of yourself anymore. Again, you get to be you and you get to be free. And that's really what this Saturn return has taught me. For me, it's been happening in my 11th house of friendship and community. And it's making me realize who are the people that I want to surround myself with, who I want to be in relationship with, who brings me joy, and saying goodbye or just letting the things fall away that are not meant for me. And it's been so fun. It's been so fun and so freeing. And I can't wait to see what comes on the other side of this. So I'm excited for you if your Saturn return is coming your way. I'm excited for you because it's going to create space for freedom. It's going to create space for a big shift in your life. And creating space makes room for abundance. Yay. And if you're older than your early 20s, you've already been through your Saturn return. So this is probably this planetary shift, Saturn moving into Aries, is probably not going to impact your life in too big of a way because it's an outer planet, it's a collective transit. So it will definitely mean some things for us as a collective. Aries, the sign of Aries has had a lot of transits and changes and movement and energy. And as I said in April, it's like igniting this inner fire within us that I think is so good for us as a collective because we're becoming more emboldened and empowered. And I really want this episode to also be an empowerment activation for you, to liberate you from anything that is keeping you disempowered. Those cycles, those patterns, those things that, again, you may see them, and there may be part of you that feels like you're a victim of that. And guess what? You're not. Guess what? You get to decide today to free yourself, to be free. And you get to decide that in freedom, you have so much more time for abundance and like play and the good times and the good stuff. And it gets to be easy. It gets to be like cool. It gets to be like fun, you know? It gets to be a good time. It gets to be a good time. So you get to transition and transform, and you get to see the light this month, the light at the end of the tunnel. It's there for you, but you have to claim it. And when you do, the universe will meet you there. Your vibrational reality will meet you there. It's such a fun feeling to be in. So I am so here for it. I'm so here for you. I am excited for this. I'm excited for all of us. It's time to just really lean into your liberation, your freedom, your fun, and what fun and joy and play and abundance and overflow, what does that mean to you? And claiming that for yourself. We're claiming that right now. I'm going to ask the guides now to activate you with the frequency and the essence of overflow and abundance. I'm going to ask them it is done. Beautiful. Little light language there for you. And what I love about that is that I'm also doing light language with my left hand only. I was not conscious of this until 0.5 seconds ago. The left side of your body is the side of the divine feminine. So no matter what gender you are, you get to lean into your divine feminine. You get to lean into that softening around you, that spaciousness, that intuition, that magic that you have within yourself, and you get to receive. You get to receive. You get to receive. Let yourself receive this month. Go outside. After listening to this episode, take a deep breath of air. Breathe in the fresh air. You're receiving air. You're feeling the sun on your skin. You're smelling the smells of the environment around you. You're receiving that. When you go to bed at night, you lie down, you receive your bed. You lie down, you feel the bed, the structure beneath you. When you're eating food, you're receiving that nourishment. You're receiving those vitamins, those minerals, those calories in the food. You're receiving that within yourself. When someone is holding the door open for you, you're receiving that gesture, that service to you. When someone gives you a compliment, you're receiving those kind words. You're receiving that love, right? So how could you live your life in a way that everything is an opportunity to receive? Every single moment of every single day is an opportunity to receive. You're receiving this episode. You're hearing this episode. You get to decide. You get to feel it. You get to witness it. You get to feel it in your body. And I get to receive the gift as I'm recording this of pouring into you, because that also gets to be a gift for me. That is such a gift for me to express myself in this way and for you to listen. So thank you. Thank you. And another cool thing this month that the guides were saying to me is that we get to expand time this month. So you know when the days get longer and the light is brighter later into the evening, when the summer begins and you just feel like the night can go on forever. And maybe you've got that cocktail or that glass of wine in your hand and you're looking out into the sunset and you're like, wow, I just feel like this night has so much potential. We get to collapse time in that way. We get to, and here's a way to do that. So you can do it by what I just said. You don't have to have the wine or the cocktail in your hand. That's just my personal preference. But what you can do is, if there's a time where you really want to have more time, you want a night to last forever, or you need more time in your day to get things done or to just be present, set the intention. Say out loud or in your mind, spirit guide team, God, divine source, I decide that I want to expand time and expand this moment right now. Let yourself take a deep breath and see what happens. You will feel like things take longer. I know for myself, if I am doing things that are novel and different and out of my comfort zone a little bit, it feels like time is expanded. Like if I do a fun activity, I remember it and it feels like time is expanded versus if I spend my day doing the same thing I've always done, the same routine, the same day-to-day process. But if I fill my day with novelty, the day feels longer. If I sneak out for a long walk in the middle of my afternoon, my day feels longer. If I have a cup of tea instead of the drink that I would normally reach for, my day feels longer. So what are those little ways that you can make your time, your day feel longer? Expand time. And you can also collapse time by deciding for yourself that you get to be you and you get to be free. You collapse time when you do that, because when you are in resonance with your own essence, with your own energy, it repels anything that is not for you. And you will become aware when those things come into your orbit, they will not feel in resonance. You may feel anxiety or panic because you know it is not for you. So you can say no, you can push it away, you can repel it or not respond or communicate appropriately. So you collapse time by deciding for yourself that you are going to live differently. And this month is going to be different. And this month is going to be fun. And this month is going to be free. And this month is going to be expansive. And it's going to be everything you dreamed of and so much more. And so much more. And you get to hold space for yourself and have compassion for yourself, no matter what life brings your way. Because guess what? Life gets to get and better and better. You can have it all. There's one thing I've been working on with a lot of my clients recently. It's anchoring into the belief that you can have it all. You don't have to decide want this or that, this or the other. You can have it all. You can have the family and the career and the business and the money and the abundance and the house and the vacations and the travel and like all the things that you want. You can have it all. You can have it all, but you have to decide first that it's possible for you. I can't do that for you. You can. You can say, I am ready. I am ready to receive. Universe, I am ready to receive. Bring it my way. If I can leave you with one cool tip from this episode, it's to be in constant communication with God or with the universe. So for me, every single moment of every single day, I'm like, thank you. I have so much gratitude for this. And I say it out loud. I'm like, thank you, guides, message received. Or I'm like, universe, bring me more of this. Or universe, I want less of this. I want more of this joyful experience, and I want less of this type of person showing in my inbox who drags me down. I want more of the freedom in the play, and I want less of this. Universe, I really want your help with co-creating this goal that I have. Help me make it happen. I am so ready. I am so committed. And I talk out loud constantly to the universe, to God source, to my guides constantly. When I'm in this co-creation process, I know I am not alone. I trust so deeply that I am not alone, that I am always asking for help. I am always asking for support. And guess what? It comes in. And guess what? I get the help and support. And guess what? You heard in the last episode, all of the synchronicities that I received in a moment when I was in need. Amazing. Just amazing. And things continue to unfold for me in ways that I could never have imagined. And it is just magical. So let me be your guide, your way shower for that to be possible for you. That feels so good. So good, so good, so good. So let me help you see how I can support you with that this month, in the month of May. So first of all, it is that time of year where the Akashic Record certification is open for enrollment. It is the summer season. I am so excited because this time around, I'm teaching it in a way that's going to liberate you and free you. So, for example, all of the material for the Akashic Record certification is recorded. So it is 12 weeks of a fully comprehensive Akashic Records training. You get to learn how to read the records for yourself, for others, and how to do Akashic Records readings for a business. You get to learn how to use the Akashic Records for healing, for manifestation, for so much more. You get to learn about starseed gifts, starseed traits, and so much more. It's so fun. It's such a cool process. You get tons of guided meditations, tons of activations, tons of material. There is so much there for you. So you get to come into the membership, the mentorship. We have a welcome kickoff call. I'm going to introduce the process to you. You get to go through the information, the trainings on your own time. We meet for 6 Q&A calls over the course of the summer where I get to be your guide. I get to answer questions. I get to help show you the way. We also meet for 2 practice calls. So you get the opportunity to spend time with the other group members to practice with each other. And I hold space for you to be able to do just that. And then the certification wraps up and you go on your merry way. We have some requirements to get fully certified, which you will find out as soon as you sign up for the mentorship. It is such a cool process. It is so transformational. Go to my website, read all the reviews. You'll see. The link for that will be in the show notes. So please, please, please check that out if you are being called to the records. And if you're not sure if you're ready, you need to have a basis and an understanding of how to connect to the spirit realm. So you've maybe you're experienced with guided meditation. Maybe you've taken an intuition class or a mediumship course. You have, or a Reiki healing certification. You have some level of training, because this is not for a brand new beginner. You might feel a little frustrated. I want you to feel fully open to receive and connect with your guides. And I want you to be in full belief that this is possible for you. So you have to dispel and suspend the doubt and the disbelief in order to make the best use of this mentorship, because you can do it. I believe you can do it, but you have to decide for yourself that you can do it. So if that's you and you're ready to decide and do it now, the link will be in the show notes. We're going to be starting May 20th. And light language, another really cool mentorship where if you decide for yourself that it is possible for you, it will happen. This is a mentorship that, again, is for someone who is a little bit more advanced, who has experience connecting with guides, who has experience with channeling, because you will make the most of this experience. It is a guided experience. There are lots of meditations that you get access to, as well as me holding the space for you for your transformation. If you are ready to channel light language, just like I did today in this episode, that begins in June. So I cannot wait to see you for that. journey as well. And finally, I've got some events happening this month that I'm so excited about. I've got some collaborative, co-creative events happening. We have the Spirit Baby soiree that I'm hosting with Spirit Mama Michelle towards the end of May on May 13th, which is just happens to be right after Mother's Day, which is going to be such a powerful time, so beautiful. So if you're thinking about becoming a mom, if you're desiring connection with your spirit baby, if you're thinking about having more children, if you're just curious about spirit baby connection, this healing is for you. And we are holding the space for you. So Michelle and I are going to be co-channeling messages together. So you get to come, you get to receive. It is not a training. It is a receiving circle. So know that, come. This is open to anyone, again, who is open to spirit baby communication. Come receive the messages. Come receive whatever is there for you. It is going to be magical. And also we have my first and Heather Fox's first ever Divinity Tablets group healing circle on May 21st on and in accordance with the Gemini new moon, not on the specific day, but around the same time, which is going to be amazing. The Divinity Tablets is a brand new methodology of healing that my friend and dear client Heather and I have channeled together. If you have not listened to the Divinity Tablets episode, please go ahead, take some time to do that because it's amazing. And we explain everything you need to know about that modality in that episode. But what I will say here is that the Divinity Tablets are an extremely advanced form of energy healing, unlike anything you've witnessed or experienced before, that completely clear away any discordant programs, discordant energy that is out of alignment with your most authentic truth and your highest expression of self. So if this episode has really resonated with you and you're like, yes, I am all in, I get to be me and I get to be free, then please come to the Divinity Tablets Healing Circle, because that is where you're going to get to receive the magic. And there are activations there that are going to take this episode to the next level. And again, it is a healing circle. So you get to come, you get to receive. It's not something that you have to participate in. You literally just get to come and receive. And Heather and I are going to be channeling messages as well as holding the space for the group healing. So it's going to be freaking amazing. It's going to be so magical. It's such a value price point. It's $44 one time. Like, why not? We want to make this accessible so more people can have access to this incredible tool that is my gift to you. So please come, please participate. And also we have amazing events happening in the Emily the Mystic membership that are outside of those two events that I've just mentioned. So also join the membership because there's so many cool things happening there all the time. If you want more of my energy and more of this sort of thing, that membership is for you. You are going to love it. So come play, come hang. I'm here for you. I can't wait to see you there. I am on a journey this year to master my health and feel my absolute best while having consistent high energy levels. And so I decided to get some labs to test to see how my hormones were looking, as well as to check for any imbalances within my body. And so I decided to get lab work done through an incredible company called Joy Wellness. That's spelled Joi Wellness. And you can get your lab work done through this amazing company while also getting a unique supplement regimen just for you to support your health. They also provide a variety of different wellness options and health coaching for helping you get your energy levels back and feel your best. So if you want to do high vibrational lab work like I did, you can use code Emily the Mystic at checkout to get your labs at a discounted rate. And I love to end these episodes with an energy, personalized little energetic message for you from a deck of cards of the month. And this month's deck of cards, the wheel of the year has turned. And so, my dear listener, if you've been listening to these, you will know it is time for us to use the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. Beltane is May Day, first day of May, and it marks the halfway point between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. So it means that we are almost to summer. But I know for us, especially in the United States, technically summer begins Memorial Day weekend, which is great. So we get to stretch it out, right? But still, the actual summer energy, starts during the summer solstice at the end of June. But anyway, we're going to be using this Beltane deck for the frequency of the messages, which is so fun. When I was a kid, my sister and I used to go to this fairy festival that happened on the first weekend of May every year. I think they still do it. It's in like somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. I can't even tell you. I can't even remember the name of the town because it was a bit of a drive for me when I was growing up, and it's very far from where I live in Philly now. Otherwise, I would probably go, but that was really magical. So that's my childhood memories of May Day. It's a really cool time of the year. So beautiful because it's like new beginnings, right? Oh my God, I'm showing you the card and I haven't even told you what the messages are. Oops. All right. Well, regardless, here we go. We're going to get started. I'm going to give you 3 colors. I'm going to give you 3. I'm sorry, I'm being redirected here. The guides are like, give them 3 symbols this time. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 symbols. I'm going to give you 3 symbols. And you get to decide your symbol for yourself. And that symbol is going to give you the message of the month. So the 3 symbols are the chalice, the sun, and the moon. The chalice, the sun, and the moon. So pick your symbol. Pick the one that resonates with you the most right now. The chalice, the sun, or the moon. Beautiful. Okay. And now you're going to get your message. All right. So message number 1, card number 1, we have the chalice. And the card that I have pulled for that symbol of the chalice is the milk and butter card. Okay. So you pulled the milk and butter card number 25. This card is all about belief. Oh my gosh. Well, we're talking about that in this episode. The universe always provides, no matter your circumstances. And milk and butter is here to remind you to lean on spirit for all of your needs. Oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't even read these. I pulled them at the beginning of this episode, but I didn't read them. I just looked at the cards, but wow. Spirit is your eternal provider, your unlimited source of nourishment. All that is required is your belief. An intention given to the universe has no power if you do not believe it will be answered. Oh my God, that's just what we're talking about in this episode. Milk and butter brings the message of faith. If you have not seen your dreams coming to fruition, it is because deep down, you are not a believer in your magic. Damn. This could be a subconscious decision, one you aren't even aware of. Perhaps you have set an intention for increased abundance, but express your lack of belief in words such as, quote, money doesn't grow on trees. Or maybe you have worked a spell for business success only to later question whether or not you have what it takes to be successful. Ooh, damn. The cards being such a mirror right now. A lack of faith can and often is expressed in the quiet doubts and criticisms of your mind. But a witch who is tapped into source energy knows that all of her questions will be answered and all of her desires met. Done. End of story. Believe it and you will receive it. I love that for you. I freaking love that for you. Believe it and you will receive it. Okay, so if you chose the sun as your symbol, you have the stone circle card. The stone circle card. Card number 39, ceremony. Ceremony isn't just about magic and manifestation. It is absolutely a moment to channel your power and send your intentions out into the spiritual world. But it's also a moment to yourself, a devotion to the things that are most important to you, to who you're working to become, or to the life you've dreamt of for so long. While there is a certain power in elaborate spiritual workings, know that magic is also available to you in the small moments of the day. Didn't we just talk about that? You have found yourself with Stone Circle today because you have been living too fast. You are being guided to see the small magic and notice the blessings, signs, and energy that are swirling around you. You'll know the small magic by the way it makes you feel. You may notice it in the warm smile of a child or the sudden fragrance of a nearby flower. Or perhaps your favorite song has been playing in the background, but has only just now caught your attention. Any moment that grabs hold of you can be a ceremony of mindfulness and rest. Additionally, seek ways to invite more ritual into your daily life, as doing so is an invitation to awaken to the subtle energies around you and an opportunity to connect with your own spiritual power. Wow. Mic drop. again, what we were talking about with expanding time. That's exactly what we were just talking about. Expanding time is your opportunity this month. You get to have these moments of small magic just for you. So look out for them. They are already here and they're also on their way. And finally, if you selected the moon card or the moon symbol, your card is card number 8, embodiment. Embodiment, card number 8. Card number 8, embodiment. Claim is the word, claim. Being authentic means you get to shape yourself in the image of your choosing and is about having ambitions and goals. If you want to lose weight, that is your right. And if you relish being large and in charge, oh my goodness, that is also perfectly fine. It doesn't matter whether you love designer clothes and nights on the town or country life is more your speed. All that matters is that how you are and what you do makes you happy and is something that you've chosen for yourself. Embodiment invites you to explore the most ideal version of yourself. Be honest about what makes you happy. Think about what you might look like and about how you might carry yourself and speak. Think about the things you do and the people you'd spend your time with, the most ideal place for you to live and the kind of job that inspires and motivates you. Embody that image. Become that person. Choose this for yourself. Ultimately, pulling this card is a sign there are some things that you'd like to change about your life, and this is confirmation that you should absolutely go for it. Don't be afraid to envision yourself in a different place from where you are now, and don't apologize for wanting more. Your dreams are yours to claim. I love that. Oh my gosh, that just emphasizes everything we've said in this episode. And what I really want to emphasize is that you get to claim it by believing that it is true and it is already done. You decide, I know that this is what I want and I'm going to go after it. But here's the thing, you don't have to figure out the how. That's the universe's, that's God's source. That's co-creation piece of things. You decide that you want it, and then you have to listen to your intuition and allow yourself to be guided to the places and spaces where you are needed to be and needed to go, because that's when the how will show up for you. And then you'll look back and you'll be like, oh my God, I made it. I did it. I did it. I created this. I created this. You don't have to know how right now. So let yourself just show up. Believe it. Believe it. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And I'm going to end the episode on that note. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this part spiritual pep talk, part energy forecast, this like divine, feminine, fifth dimensional embodiment experience and activation with me. Again, remember, you get to collapse time this month. You get to be you. You get to be free. You get to liberate yourself. You get to decide what is yours to claim. You get to have it all. Overflow, abundance is your birthright. It is all possible for you. And you don't need to know the how. You get to just show up and it is done.